Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got a Demons Only video for you for the NFL slate on January 21st for the divisional round. Not leftover, but the last games of the divisional round. We've got one game indoors, one game outdoors, but it seems like other than just really cold weather, we don't really have any big concerns about a lot of snow or crazy wind. So it's supposed to be somewhat decent for the Buffalo and Chiefs game. We're hoping for the best. And with these demon plays, obviously these are the long shots where you get paid extra for a more difficult play. And we've got 4 that we think are going to hit. And before we get into it though, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They'll match whatever you put on. So if you deposit the whole 100, you'll get 200 to play with. And same for anything below that. 50 gets you 100 and so on. Just throw that code in there and they will hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be able to jump on the value when we drop these videos. You just want the notifications on, and then you can decide whether or not you want to take these plays, because they do get bumped sometimes, and sometimes they just get removed entirely. So and if you guys don't mind, do us a favor and like the video. It's the best way to support the channel, and it's been working like a charm. You guys have really helped us grow a lot, and we really appreciate you guys, which is why it's almost 4 a.m. where I'm at, and we're still getting these videos out, because we love this community. You guys have been awesome, and we really couldn't be happier. We feel like we're really getting to know a lot of you people who regularly comment and whatnot. And we appreciate you guys. You guys are truly awesome. So thank you for everything you've done so far to help us grow this channel. We really appreciate it. All right. So the plays we're going to be getting into, I'm going to be taking Cade Otton again. That worked like a charm last time. I'm taking him for over 49.5 receiving yards. And I'm going to be taking Isaiah Pacheco for over 89.5 rushing yards. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yep. Couldn't wait to talk about this one. I'm getting right into Chris Jones' Demon Sack for over 0.25, and then getting into Patrick Mahomes' rushing yards for over 39.5. So,
all right, sounds good. Well, before we jump into these plays, you're watching this because you do enjoy these demon plays the way we do. We've been excited ever since Prize Picks added this. Who doesn't like the opportunity to potentially get 100x payout? I was so excited. They do have the goblin plays too, but we don't really mess with those. I've had lineups where I was like playing with the goblin plays and stuff, and I was like, hold on a second, and I removed the goblin play and I was getting the same payout without it. So I'm like, why would I even do this? Like, this is what's Prize Picks doing here. But so we just go straight for the demon plays. But we want to tell you about Chalkboard, which is another platform that we've partnered with. And they have their platform set up to where you can turn any play into a demon play, or I would argue that their version of the goblin plays are better because they still give you a little bit of a payout. But if you see any given prop, for the most part, there are some where they're giving it to you at such a value that they don't allow you to move it. But I would say like 99% of the plays that you're going to get on Chalkboard, you can adjust it to alternative lines. And if you crank that up, you can get I've gotten to 100x on just 5 picks. And if you're getting really wild, you could get there with 4. But I don't know what your odds would be of hitting that, but that's what it's all about. You control your odds more so on Chalkboard, and we're enjoying it. Plus there's plays for only $1 a piece. So Prize Picks used to do that back in the day, as in like less than a year ago. You could do a happy hour on Wednesdays and do dollar plays, which I enjoy if you want to just make a bunch of slips. But Chalkboard gives that to you anytime you want. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description of the video, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100 if you just use code BACKDOOR. It's just one word. So yeah, if you're interested in checking that out, go ahead and give it a try. It's a lot of fun. It is iOS only. Just want to let you guys know, save you some time. If you're an Android user, they're working on finishing up the Android version of it, and they're making a desktop version, but they're a new company, so they're still getting everything rolling, but it is only available on iOS so far.
Yeah, so buy an iPhone.
Yeah, thankfully I've been on an iPhone forever. So, and it's like finally something starts with iOS.
Right.
Usually it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's for Android, but it's not for iOS. But anyways, they'll have it for everything soon. But cool. So let's get into this recap real fast. I finally got something to be
Yeah.
excited about with these demon plays. So I took Romeo Dobbs for over 59 and a half receiving yards, and he crushed it. He went for 81. I'm sorry, he went for 83. He's looking good. He's kind of, I was thinking Jordan Reed or Jaden Reed totally took over that leading receiver role, but Dobbs is fighting to get back in there. So, but he went for 83 tonight, and then I took George Kittle over 79 and a half, and he just barely got this for us. Thankfully, he did though. He went for 81. How'd you do, Jordy?
Not good. I took Nico
Bummer.
Collins for over 99 and a half receiving yards, and he went for 69. And I took Aaron Jones for the anytime TD. Basically, it was a rushing and receiving TD, and he didn't get one. He did everything else but get a TD. He had like 100 and some odd rushing yards, and yeah, no bueno.
All right. Like I've had, and again, it's almost 4 a.m. where I'm at, so we're having some fun with this. But I remember before, we're doing our channel the way we want to do it, and we have fun with it, and we try to keep it light. And we would have times where we would be taking plays, and dudes were getting injured a lot, and we were like laughing because of how often it was happening. But I remember someone said in the comments like, y'all are sitting here laughing while you're losing people money, and I'm like, we're not losing people money, first of all.
Yeah,
Like,
we're a dictatorship. We command you lock these picks in.
Yeah,
Here,
it's like,
dude.
first of all, you decide what you want to take. We're not here to make you take anything. If you don't like it, fade it. But second of all, like, dude, life's too short to be, you gotta just try to see the bright side of things and have fun with it. We want to cash just as much as you guys do, but have a good attitude about it when you're not hitting, and doesn't mean you don't want to take it seriously. We take it seriously. But anyways, I won't ramble about that anymore. But that reminded me of that when you were laughing.
We live in the
about,
back door on this channel, not the front door. Okay, we do things a little differently around here.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, sorry. Yeah, we're definitely slap happy. But cool. So let's get into these plays. So Cade Otton, this worked like a charm last time. And I think he did too well for me to not stay in the flames with him on this one. We got a 49 and a half over under in this game. We got Detroit favored by 5.5. So if they are leading, it's going to be a heavy passing game. Baker was on fire last game. I expect him to do the same. He's got a lot on the line. He's probably already secured an extension at this point, but the dude has a lot to prove. I like Baker. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he's incredible under pressure. Like I admire people that can do that. So I noticed he targeted Cade Otton a lot last time, and I thought that line was good. So yeah, last game we took this demon, and he ended up crushing his line. He went for 89 yards. I think it was set at like 30 something, 36 or something like that. But here's what I really want to show you guys. By the way, this is Outlier. Most of you are familiar with this. If you've never checked out Outlier though, it's such a killer app. It's the best statistical app for fantasy around. Like there's nothing compares to it. It gives you all the info you want. We can even adjust these lines to the demon plays and see how often they went over it. Anyway, so Cade Otton has went over this line 49 and a half twice this year. And we know this plays a long shot. He did have a game against San Francisco where he went for 49. He almost cleared it then. But yeah, twice on the year. That's reasonable. We have a good matchup here. 25th in receiving yards allowed to tight ends. So Detroit does have like a soft spot there with the tight end position. But look at this. The last game, receptions. He had 8 receptions. So I think that they're not going to just ditch the chemistry they had. I think that they're going to utilize him. And I don't think this line is that high to try to beat. So I'm going to be taking the over on this one. We don't pull up DG for which is Daily Grind, another one of our partners that we love their fantasy tools as well. But they don't have these alternative lines, so we're not going to worry about that. But I'm taking Cade Otton in this. I feel really good about this play. It'll be in multiple slips for sure. My next play is going to be Isaiah Pacheco over 89 and a half rushing yards. I think they're going to have a good game from Pacheco to get this done. They're going to have to establish the run to open up the passing game. And, we're not expecting snow, but the worse the weather gets, the more they're probably going to want to run the ball and try to establish a run game. Let's take a look at this over-under. We got a 45.5 over-under with the Bills favored by 2.5. So close game, within a field goal is what they're projecting. If we jump over here back to Outlier, which, by the way, I mentioned how great Outlier is. I don't know if I mentioned before, but there is a 7-day free trial. If you want to give this app a shot, check out the link in our Discord, and Outlier will give you 7 days to just see how you like it, before you commit to it. We love it. We think it's well worth the subscription for sure. So Pacheco here, over 89.5 rushing yards. He's done this 3 times this season. He's had 2 games where he missed it by half a point, half a yard. In his most recent game, he did go for 89. Game before that, 130. And we've got like a middle of the road rushing defense here. Buffalo being 15th in the league with rushing yards allowed, but specifically to running backs, I think it's a little bit tighter. Yeah, 12th in the league. But if you guys, you guys watch football enough, you know that they've been really feeding Pacheco. So I think he can definitely get this done, and I think it'll be necessary. I don't think either team just gets to, I don't think the Bills are going to get to such a huge lead that they're just like forcing the pass. So I think Kansas City is going to want to establish the run here. So that's going to be the 2 plays I'm rolling with. You want to break down yours now, Jordy?
Oh yeah. So for my 2 here, I've got is Chris Jones for over 0.25 sacks, his demon. So I like this one a lot. He's only had a limited sample size of games this year, and he's always productive when he's playing for the Chiefs. It's he's not like a guy who's gonna go for like a crazy amount anymore. I think he's kind of past that age, maybe a little bit. I get some more heat in the comments for that one, but I just don't see Chris Jones as like the guy who's gonna hold the sack record or anything like that for the year. But he's definitely a very productive dude, and in the playoffs he's amazing. I think that's why they keep him around too, is and that's why he's earned the big bucks, is because he's amazing in the playoffs and he always shows up. So I like this play a lot to go over. Over the last 4 games, he's gone over this every time in the last 4 games, and he's gone 4 out of 5 here. So he can get an assist and get this done too. That's why I like this play so much. He can get an assist on this one, but when it comes to the Chiefs in the playoffs, he's the number 1 sack dealer. So I like him to go over this one for sure. So feeling that one, and then for the next one, I'm taking Mahomes' rushing yards. Demon. I like this one to go over too, because he in the playoffs he runs a lot more. Let me get this line too. This is why we love Outlier so much. So you can take a look at the line that you want it to be, and then you can go to alt lines here and punch it in, and then you can just hit 2023 if you want to see the whole year and what he's done this. So obviously over the whole year he wasn't running as much this year. He definitely was active in the rushing yards category, but nothing too crazy. But he's gone over this line 4 times, and over the last 3 games he's gone over this twice. So in that first playoff game he went for 41 yards already, and this is a great matchup for him. Buffalo allows 19.8 rushing yards a game to quarterbacks. That's 22nd. They're ranked 22nd to opposing quarterbacks running the ball. So Mahomes is gonna have an easy time. He's done this a lot. I looked it up, and the last time they played Buffalo he went over this line. So I feel good about this one. I think it's going to be a pretty fun game. I'm sorry, I meant Buffalo in the playoffs, because against Buffalo in the regular season, he didn't go over this. You can see here he only had 8 yards, but in the playoffs, he went over it last time as well. So I think it's pretty low, low enough for him to get a couple scrambles in there. With the way he runs for first downs, I think this is kind of a no-brainer. So I like these 2 a lot, and that's the 2 I'm rolling with, man. Obviously, no daily grind or anything, so pretty easy.
Yeah. And speaking of daily grind, they do offer awesome fantasy tools. If you want to check their stuff out, there's a link in the description of the video. If you do decide to use any of their stuff, make sure you put in code BACKDOOR, because they're going to give all of our viewers 25% off of any of their tools We use them a lot. So if you're interested, take advantage of that discount. It's awesome. You can use it on any of the tools, including the correlation tool. So save yourself some money if you decide to sign up, and throw that code in there. And if you want to check out our Discord, link in the description of the video for that as well. So guys, we appreciate you. Thanks for staying up late with us. If you're watching this video when we're recording it and putting it out, shout out to all of the night owls that are just diehard and enjoy the late content. But that's going to do it for us on this video, guys. Last thing, we did partner up with Underdog Fantasy. So we have content coming to you soon that is featuring Underdog plays. We can't wait to get into it. We're just working out the build to have everything set up for Underdog. If you've never tried it and you want to sign up, just use code BACKDOOR and they'll match your first deposit up to $100, just like Prize Picks and Chalkboard. But we like to diversify the platforms we use. And honestly, we love the Underdog platform. It's a really cool platform. So if you want to check that out, link in the description of the video. That's going to do it for us, guys. We will see you in just a little bit for the NBA video.
All right, guys. God bless. Have a good Sunday.